Derek Chauvin, the former police officer filmed kneeling on George Floyd's neck before he died, is on trial in Minneapolis. Since Mr. Floyd's arrest and death on 25 May, the 19-year police veteran has remained largely out of the spotlight and free on bail. Mr. Chauvin will be the first of the 4 officers involved in the incident to stand trial. Jury selection began on 9 March. He is facing the most serious charges of the 4, including second-degree murder. Mr. Chauvin has pleaded not guilty to the charges. The others are charged with aiding and abetting Mr. Chauvin's alleged crimes. What charges does Chauvin face? He is charged with second-degree murder and manslaughter. Prosecutors are also seeking to add a charge of third-degree murder. Legal experts say that third-degree murder carries a lesser sentence, but it is easier to prove in court. George Floyd, why is the trial so important? To prove second-degree murder, prosecutors must convince jurors that a serious assault had been committed by Mr. Chauvin, and that it was a substantial causal factor in Mr. Floyd's death. Third-degree murder requires prosecutors to prove that Mr. Chauvin showed a reckless disregard for human life, but not prove that an assault led to the death. In an unrelated case filed after Mr. Floyd's death, prosecutors charged Mr. Chauvin and his wife with underpaying taxes for 6 years. They have pleaded not guilty to 9 charges against them. Each charge carries a sentence of 5 years in prison. What is Chauvin's police record? Mr. Chauvin, 44, was the most senior officer involved in Mr. Floyd's arrest, having served for almost 2 decades with the Minneapolis Police Department. His record of policing included both commendations and complaints about conduct. In 2006, Mr. Chauvin was recommended for a Medal of Valor for his role in the shooting of a man who aimed a shotgun at officers. There have been at least 15 conduct complaints against him, the Star-Tribune reported, citing records from the Minneapolis Police Department's internal affairs. Most of the complaints were closed without discipline. Mr. Chauvin's personal files were heavily redacted, but there are details of one complaint from 2007. It concerns allegations Mr. Chauvin pulled a woman from her car and frisked her after she was caught driving 10 miles per hour, 16 kilometers per hour, over the speed limit. A report found Mr. Chauvin did not record audio of the incident and failed to switch his dashboard camera on during the stop. He was disciplined for this complaint and one other, receiving a letter of reprimand on both occasions, records show. What do we know about his personal life? Mr. Chauvin served 2 stints in the U.S. Army prior to his career with the police. He was a member of the military police from September 1996 to February 1997, and again from September 1999 to May 2000. His other previous jobs include security guard and McDonald's employee.